Messi
Are you
Mabora.
saying that prime Messi is not better than prime Maradona?
Yes.
Maradona's better?
No, prime. Yeah, no.
Argentina had to give Messi a World Cup. They had to save it.
Also, you agree with the World Cup was scripted?
Maradona carried Argentina to the World Cup.
If you were a fairly well-established footballer and Man United was on the table,
No.
why is that?
Ajo, it's a team that has European football. It's a team that has a new manager that's not doing well.
Yep.
It's a team where the manager's beefing with everyone.
Yep. So could a team buy status, like by the way, into the Champions League?
Technically, yes.
Yeah.
Technically,
So saying that is in, let's say, for example, Chiefs decides they want to buy Kukune status and then just be like, swap.
It's Cocoon is in the Champions League.
No. Then Chiefs is in the Champions League.
Intra-league, I don't think... Well, it all depends. Everything is fluid in the PSL, but
You buy the
intra-league,
points
no.
also, you just buy... Status means you're buying everything.
You're buying the place.
Finally, we check out the newest, freshest footballing show. But it's not just about football, it's also about the banter. It's on a league of its own. It's the Banter League. It's the Banter League.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Chiefs scouting glow-ups to Pogba coming up with the retirement plan.
From the get-go.
From the get-go.
All right.
See, on side, it's a boy, Pity Jokes, and I'm back again with the boys. Once again, we're dealing with the Club World Cup. We're dealing with Pirates signing stars because we're going to win all next season.
All.
Yes. We're going to win it all next season, ladies and gentlemen.
Doesn't know what all is. I think the definition of all is...
Everything.
Yeah, treble. Alleged treble.
Even Club World Cup will win it.
If you make it.
Next year.
Next.
Next year.
Maybe like 3 years' time. You guys have a lot to do.
No, we don't actually.
You're doing a lot right now.
We are buying players and youth also. Unlike you guys. Anyway, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for tuning in once more time. And a special greeting to our brother Gift out there. We hope you had a good week, Gift. We love you. We see you in the comments. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Onside the Banter League. Yes, he's the greatest of all time. And it's funny he's not on this wall.
Is there?
No, he's over there.
Somewhere there.
Behind me.
Yeah.
Because I'm behind coach.
He's behind you.
Pause.
You want Ronaldo behind you?
Pause.
Antoine saw a chance. In fact, before we actually go crazy with this thing, I was asking you offline.
Yeah.
Who is the GOAT between Messi and Ronaldo? No, I mean Messi and Maradona.
Maradona.
Maradona. I mean, I refuse. Even though Ronaldo's my GOAT, but when you compare Messi and Maradona, I would say Messi, bro.
What are we looking at here? Are we looking at...
GOATness.
What is goat? Does goatness
There's
entail...
a video of Maradona dancing with a Nigerian lady.
Yeah, and taking cocaine as well.
Oh, how is it relevant?
And swearing at the World Cup.
That's a goat.
How is that relevant to
It's relevant.
GOAT?
Are
you saying that prime Messi is not better than prime Maradona?
Yes.
Maradona's better?
Yeah. Prime. Yeah.
Kanjan, okay, motivate for 5 marks.
Joe, Argentina had to give Messi a World Cup. They had to save him.
Also, you agree with the World Cup?
Maradona carried Argentina to the World Cup.
When you
I think Messi carried Argentina into the World Cup.
And Maradona.
Because he retired, came back, but Messi Sakdinga. God have mercy on us. And then Abuya Aba qualifies, and then
Martinez says hello.
Tenga. Yeah, but
Martinez says hello.
Wait. Let me ask you, Dana, what's your answer? Who's better, Maradona or Messi at their prime? Facts. By the way, if you guys don't hear, Messi has surpassed everything Maradona has done.
Fair.
What do you say?
I'm saying Maradona still.
Yeah?
Yeah. I don't know. It's just that thing of sometimes people answer based on the time that they were born. But if you look at it objectively, it's just kind of like, dog, there's certain goats that you just don't compare. Also, comparing goats is crazy.
And also back then, Banyana VAR, Messi still is the top goal scorer with VARs and all these technicalities. Football back then was very simple. You could come to training drunk and then...
Which football are you watching?
I don't know what this football is.
You guys mentioned cocaine.
How far back are you going back?
You guys are talking Nigerian and cocaine.
Yeah, but that was now.
Off-season.
Off-season.
Off playing.
Okay, so is this why Pogba was doing...
Allegedly.
Chief,
Allegedly. He was allegedly.
But it was banned. So you can't be allegedly in prison for a crime you didn't commit.
No, but he said he was innocent.
Allegedly.
Everyone in prison would say that.
Allegedly.
Literally.
Oh wow.
Not how best. I would tell
You're down on
innocent
the black
as
man.
bulala. Mara different body.
You're down on the black man.
That's crazy.
Yeah, wow.
He's a gentleman. This
Never thought
episode-
you'd be that
Nah,
guy.
he ain't got. This episode is sponsored by Betway. Please make sure that
Spencer.
must pure
But
English.
Spencer,
Let's pure can't do Gonzalo now.
Dispensared.
By the way, this episode is sponsored by Betway. Get way more. Remember to gamble responsibly, not for people under the age of 18.
My slip landed.
And
yes.
winners know when to stop. Your slip landed. I won yesterday.
The Club World Cup is very easy to make money out of. I don't
I
know.
How much have you made this?
So far, I've made
6
350.
rand.
How much have you lost this?
So far, I've lost 6,000.
You've spent more than 6,000 on Betway.
Oh no, collectively with all those 1 rand slips, yeah, definitely.
So
But
you made 350 from 6,000.
it's
You got
about,
Betway, man,
it's about
Shula.
the wins. That's what it's about.
No.
Okay.
Because you get the notification. It's so nice.
It's tough, ne?
Yeah, it's
And your
tough.
bet influencer, how much did you make this week?
I made 2 cents.
Think about the commas.
I made
Kadlala.
2 cents.
In Zim dollars, it's like what? 3 clip.
Oh, I know 100%. 100%. In Zim, I'm balling right now. Right now. I can buy you a house. 2
We are
with that.
balling. Speaking of balling, let's just be random. Because, I mean, we're talking about people getting banned and stuff like that. So, Paul Pogba, the former French international World Cup winner, we know him from Man United, his days at Juventus.
Yeah.
And his brilliance as a person who plays midfield.
Former brilliance.
Why are you hating on
I'm
Pogba?
not hating
I
on
think
Pogba.
Pogba is better than any person in your team right now.
Was better.
Is better than
When
anybody
last
in
did
the
you
Chelsea
see-
squad.
When last did you see him play?
Wait, let's do this. Who's better than Pogba in your squad?
In your squad right now. The
In
squad
right
that
now.
you have
Right
yes.
now.
Squad right now.
Yes.
Cole Palmer. Because you've seen him
Does he have a
play.
World Cup?
Former.
Does he have a World
Guys, you guys
can't
like
say
soccer.
former when I've won it. I've won it.
Yeah, you formally won it before you got banned.
No, but it's
before you
still on the
had-
record, Chief.
It's on the record. Yeah, fair. That's why I keep saying former. You
Yeah.
can't say he's the best right now. You don't know how he's playing.
We will see because he just signed for a really big team and he's playing Champions League. Unlike where he was at Man United, which was, hey.
Damn. Damn, how did you?
This guy took an 18-month ban.
And he's still,
And he's still playing Champions
He
He's
came
still
back
ahead
ahead.
of Man United. So how do we feel? Monaco signed him for free, obviously. For how much again?
For, if I'm not mistaken, his signing fee was 3 million. Weekly salary is 72,000.
Signing bonus.
Signing bonus,
bonus.
yes. And then he is earning about 80 million a year. Yeah.
That's the caliber of the player we're talking about. He makes more than every PSL player.
We're looking at different.
I mean-
what they get paid in
mean-
euros.
He makes more than all the Kaizer Chiefs players combined.
Yes, that might be true.
Pirates, with all the new signings.
Still.
How much does he
Head-to-head
earn?
with Relebogile.
How much does he earn?
It's crazy.
How much does he earn?
73 plus.
How do you know?
How we just read
Rand.
the stats.
Dr. Ivan didn't tell you anything about what
Rands
they
and
earn. We
that.
know nothing about Pirates, Chief.
Akra Relebogile ba mpatala ka data. We never know, yes. We never know. We never know what the vibe is like. But I personally think when we're talking about Paul Pogba and his brilliance, 18 months off does not mean he's a terrible player.
I'm not saying he's a
I think Monaco knows what value they're going to get from Pogba.
Yeah.
Whether the ban was real or not, he's a quality player to have, especially because now he's going to be playing as a senior in the team. I think his contributions will be massive. We're going to see him shine in Europe. And then people like Arsenal, because they like to buy rejects, they're going to be knocking on his door again, saying, we want you,
like
Pogba.
just shade in jail. Like, what's happening?
I'm just saying, what are your
If he-
thoughts?
No, but Pogba, I think Pogba, it's good that he's back. My nigga Pogba was freed, so I'm happy. Back into the game. I hope that he can still capture some of that form. I think it's great to go to AS Monaco, or to Monaco, because there's not as much pressure. Like if he landed at a big club, the same time we'd all be watching. But I'm sure most of us here are not going to be watching Monaco.
So Monaco is not a big club.
It's not a popular club.
How many games have you watched of Monaco in your life?
All the games Mbappe played.
Ah, Mangangaga.
I was a fan of Monaco and Mbappe was
Chief, how did you access PSG? Put yourself in trouble.
there. How did I access
How did
PSG?
you access Monaco games? Sorry, put yourself in trouble.
How do I access? Antonio, www.don'tstreamhere.com. Because you know when you're watching those sports matches and I'm not DSTV, and then you are,
Wait 30 seconds.
and then
Click
on
here
top
after-
there, Are you alone? How? My sister,
How?
How can I watch football alone? Also,
Linda from 3 kilometers away wants to say,
But yeah, I mean, Pogba going to Monaco, I think is going to be good. And also to show that Monaco is not an average club. Yes, the French league is, but they play in Champions League football. And I think that's good for him. It's good confidence. His experience is going to show.
enough, Eddie.
You don't like Pogba.
It's not that I don't like Pogba. I just don't like people not looking at a player who hasn't played for a very long time in a non-objective manner. That's my only thing. Where it's like, yes, we can all be excited that he's coming back. That's great. We're happy that the alleged ban is off. We're happy that he cried when he signed, that he's happy. I'm happy for him.
I'm happy he's doing TikToks.
Yeah. Okay. But what I'm saying is, I just don't feel that we can now expect what we used to see. He could be better. He could be worse. But let's all look at it like anything can go here because we don't know who he is now.
Yeah.
That's the only thing.
So what would it take for you to say Pogba is back?
When I see him play, maybe let me give him a season. Let me give him a season.
A full season?
Yeah, a season. Because in that season, you'll see what he is. Oh, where he's at. If he plays, and because in that season, he could be choo-choo-choo-choo-choo, or it could be coo-coo-coo-coo-coo. We don't know.
Could be what?
It could be choo-coo-coo-coo-coo or coo-coo-coo-coo-coo. You know what I'm saying? You don't know where he's going to end up. So hence I'm saying I will give him time. I'm not going to abruptly say, oh, no, you see, from first game, I'm not going to say, oh, you see, you suck. You didn't get the ball.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say, this is expected for a person who hasn't played professional football in a very long time.
But do you think there's going to be an expectation in that vein? Because as much as we're speaking about it right now as if there's nothing, it's Paul Pogba.
He was free
He's
also.
back in the game.
Yeah.
What's going to happen?
Yeah.
Their first game. I think the first few games are going to be, we're going to watch them, we're going to zoom in, in magnifying glass to see what's going to happen with Pogba because he's Paul Pogba at the end of the day.
And also it's good to have Paul Pogba back because we're going to have a chance to see some great hairstyles.
And we're going to get to see another Manchester United player succeed away from Manchester United.
You guys are terrible people.
They're not terrible people. Man United is they're average in every single thing they do now.
Damn.
Average. Signings. Like, how are you just taking 7 months to get Mbuemo to come sign? Like 7 months?
But also, if you were him...
I would say it's a bold move, but that would be a joke.
Oh, wow.
But I'm saying, if you were him, would you go to Man United? Considering where Man United is right now.
No. I wouldn't even send Nunez there, bro.
Damn.
It's tough, that side, my brother. Gunzima go by Man United. There's a guy right now who's growing his hair. I keep mentioning this.
Oh, yeah.
There's a guy who's not cutting his hair until Man United wins 5 games. That guy looks like Bob Marley now.
Damn.
He has not cut his hair in a long...
Would you, George?
Long time.
If you were a fairly well-established footballer and Man United was on the table.
No.
Why is that?
Ajo, it's a team that has no European football. It's a team that has a new manager that's not doing well.
Yep.
It's a team where the manager's beefing with everyone.
Yep.
Why would I subject myself to that?
But what about the legacy of it all? Just
but
to be
that
like,
was, how long was that? When did Sir Alex Ferguson leave?
Hey, Joe, if you want to talk about legacy, talk about clientele, because that's the only legacy I recognize.
oh shit.
Oh, wow. Is it because you're a dube?
You get the long joke that George, man, I love it for us. But yeah, but I'm saying with Immering, I think has a really difficult job because I mean, why does it take me so long to acquire somebody who's from a club like Southampton or Bournemouth? Sorry, Mbuemo is from which club? Which club,
I
James?
have no idea.
It's Southampton, I think it is.
Mbuemo. Brentford. I think you're somewhere
Brentford,
around
yeah.
there.
Around there,
I stand to be corrected, gift, sorry. But
It's a gift, sorry.
but you know what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah.
like players are even skeptical about signing for a club that supposedly has this legacy. I mean, why is it taking so long? Because why? Is he afraid to make big signings now and make big changes?
Mara, is Manchester United surviving just off of his name?
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, what have they done
You
in
gotta
the
get
past?
Queen, like you used to be. Nandi. Not anymore.
Wow.
As I was saying,
Wow.
maybe they're just going off of that legacy. But the truth is that when Manchester United comes knocking, I mean, why would I sell to you? Why would I be forced to sell to you at a price? I think maybe they're knocking on the door with final offers.
Yeah.
You know, they're coming in and they're saying, look, we know that it's 60 million, but we're not going to give you 60 million. We don't want to.
Prestige. Bafana the Chiefs. Like, you say the offer is 50 and they're like, we've got 11. What kind of negotiation skills are
I
you?
can't say anything.
We'll throw in
I
soccer
can't
boots.
say anything there.
We're
I can't even
soccer
defend
boots.
it.
We'll throw
We're
in
gonna make you
soccer
admin
boots.
of our TikTok account.
Yeah.
Yeah, fireworks.
Salon clauses.
But then it's an interesting signing because he's generally a right winger-ish. And where is he gonna play? Because Amad Diallo is your guys' right wing, and Man United
Who's
fans.
your guys?
Man United, your guys' favorite player. You guys speak well about Amad Dangit.
Yeah.
So now, if he plays right wing and he's that good, why would you buy?
Isn't he coming in as an attacking mid? Double 10 with Cunha.
Also, Man United don't get now. Zalana be position.
Like, Maguire.
Anyway, Chief.
Zangena. Imagine Maguire at striker.
Well, we've seen it at
Officially.
right wing.
We have seen it before. Like this guy on FIFA, he plays Van Dijk as striker.
It works, and I whooped him with that.
Did not. There was penalties.
This is
Doesn't
why
count.
we're never going to listen to your bed slips.
Oh.
What?
It works.
No, but it's an interesting transfer market. I mean, I don't want to touch on Arsenal because people get touched and then they go to drink
not
from
buying
cups they don't
anyone,
have.
Chief.
It's like it's always a
From
weird
cups they don't have.
narrative. Tell me what's happening at Arsenal. Why are you guys not making signings? Is this part of Arteta's big strategy? Even Pep, he went to buy our former assistant coach.
Wait for phase 8, my brother.
Gunini,
Phase 8 is where we're going to be popping. No, but this is Arsenal. Every time we need something, I mean, we brought in Kepa. Kepa Arrizabalaga.
When last did I hear his name?
Exactly. We're
God.
still signing Chelsea rejects.
Yeah.
So that's already a problem. We need a striker. We've been needing a striker. Apparently, Gyökeres has been ready to come. Sesko has been ready to come,
Nah,
but
they
we
said
just don't
no.
want to buy.
They said no. They don't want to come second best every year.
No, they're ready to come. We just don't want to pay the money.
George, you know, understand that in life, you can lose everything, but once you lose hope, it's chai.
Let's try.
And there's no hope there by the Emirates. There's
Wow.
really no hope. You guys are just there selling kids. The award you win are
Better
just...
than selling kids.
Ooh.
First of all, we're buying kids. We're selling the old to you, Sterling. That's what we're
No,
doing.
Sterling's back with you guys.
No, we're gonna sell him back. Trust
You know,
me,
you're talking
he's-
about
he's not
Paul
landing.
Pogba and you were saying what
He's
happens when a player hasn't been playing for 18 months.
He's not landing.
Sterling is back.
Sterling is not landing here. He's gonna leave. He's
To
going
where?
leave. I don't know. He should go to Saudi, bro. America, do something there. He does.
Or maybe Chiefs, they need it.
Yeah, no. Raheem Sterling does not belong in the Premier League currently,
They don't.
in my opinion.
Interesting
But
transfers.
so there are many people that are allegedly also leaving. We have Napoli looking for Nunez as well.
He can go for free, man. Like, why lose Trent for free?
Wait. Would you be hurt if Nunez went to Napoli and won the league?
I would not be mad. I mean, I love the guy's passion. The guy's got passion for football.
Okay.
But it just did not fit Slot's style of play. And more than anything, he misses big chances. Like really, really big chances, which are like, these are game-deciding, goals you should be scoring. He scores bangers from out of the box. What's in the blue moon?
Yeah.
And then I wouldn't be mad. I mean, McTominay hadn't won shit since he got to Man United.
And now
Boom,
they're
Napoli.
selling him.
And now
But
he's
we
got...
know what the issue is there. It's Man United.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah, but Nunez can go. How much is it going for?
This one is alleged as of right now because they're still in discussions, but there isn't a price point yet. However, interestingly enough, we have what's his name? Man United rejects Gakpo and see they didn't rate his scouting. Yeah.
Our Gakpo.
Your Gakpo, yeah.
Oh, you're already getting rid of him.
Despite Ten
I'm
Hag
not.
recommendation.
Yeah.
He was recommended by Ten Hag and then Man
They're
United was
they're
like,
still using the scripter Ten Hag.
Yes.
Ten Hag. No, that's some wild business.
Guys, how long does Emery have? Let's be honest. How long does Emery
I think
have?
it's going to be his first time him doing a full season. at
Mara,
Man
why do we
United.
do that with these coaches?
Why?
Hooray, again, and then, oh no, it's going to be his first full season. Guys.
But we have to give a coach some time in the transfer markets, which he's trying to buy Mbemo. I know it's taking forever,
Yeah.
but he's trying to acquire the players that he had because now he has to deal with Eric Ten Hag's PAP squad.
So then who should sign players? In an ideal world, is it coaches that must sign players or teams that must sign players?
I think it should be the best of both.
Ganjan.
Like the coach must say what players he wants for the type of style, and the club must say this is the player we can afford with the money we have. Since Man United is building a Gold of City there as a stadium, I don't know where their priorities lie. Like the whole Alex Ferguson doesn't have a chair now anymore. He has to buy tickets like a normal human being.
And
it's
lunch.
just so wild.
But then, okay. So then isn't that what they did with Ten Hag? Ten Hag brought in Boentoni, Ten Hag brought in all of these other players.
You know
and then now, when he leaves, you're stuck with those contracts.
Yeah.
You know what Ten Hag is like? Ten Hag is like, say something. I want to formulate this in my head.
On to Manchester United with all the players that they loaned out coming back. They're also looking for ways to get rid of said players. We'll touch on Rashford ending, but there is the question of Anthony. There's the question of Sancho, where rumors have it that Juventus offers Man United 3 players in exchange for Jadon Sancho.
Who are the 3 players? First
It's an alleged rumor yet, so there isn't much information on it as yet.
Mason Mount, number 1 for me. He
But
can
those
go.
are the 3 players. No. Isn't Juve is
Juve
offering
is offering 3.
United
I watched
3
Juve last
players,
night.
and then they want Sancho.
I watched Juve last night. Nah,
Mm.
I wouldn't take no one from their team.
Yeah,
Like
but they
someone-
help their own
Like
against.
someone in their front line decided, no, I'm going to chip
Mm.
Courtois.
Yeah,
Like you thought that was an attempt that was going to be
you
successful.
must go for it sometimes.
Well, he didn't go for it because he missed. He hit the top of the net from the outside.
It's tough.
They're also very interested in buying Ole
Watkins.
Ole Watkins. I think he'd be a better fit because Højlund has been a Haaland from team.
Oh, wow.
He's been useless as a striker.
Mm.
How many goals did you have last
But
season?
if
But
they
then
bring
what
it-
was the expectation when you're bringing in Højlund?
That is going to be a Haaland.
But if Rashford is coming back, do they really need him? Is Rashford coming back?
No, that's not going to happen.
No, bro.
That's not going to happen.
He's had like 7 goals since 2023-2024 season.
Yes. What?
7 goals since the season 2023 to 2024. It's 31 games, niggas got
But at least
7.
they touched the Champions League, unlike the team that he came from.
To be fair.
To be fair.
But
granted,
I
most
think
people from
Watkins
United are.
would fit Man United's style of play. He's very direct and he knows how to play off the ball
Yeah.
and he knows how to finish. He's a clinical
But
finisher.
guys, what's Man United's style of play? Let's start there. What are they trying to do? Because I feel like we're making these fantasy signings for them.
Mm.
Marai.
Igu Pinking Ara, where actually is the problem at Man United?
I think it's Amorim.
How?
It's straight off the back.
George Kanjan, man.
I think it's Amorim.
How?
No, guys, and now I always say this. Stop allowing coaches to come in and want to be perfect before they do anything.
Yeah.
He must coach. How do you win, 8 games? 8 games.
Yeah.
Manchester United. You're telling me that there's no configuration that could win you 10
10 or 15.
or 11 or
Yeah.
15.
Or draw a few here and there.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So at some point we need to stop letting. About this thing of these modern coaches coming in and saying that they want everything before they move,
Yeah.
before they can win. I think that's ruining stuff because as we're speaking about the transfers, now you're allowing him to create the whole ship, and then when that doesn't work, you're gonna get rid of him. And another coach is going to come in and what are we going to say again?
You have to steer that
no,
ship,
you have to
yeah.
start again. He must get his players. Coaches need to coach, bruh.
And he's the youngest coach Man United has ever had, right?
It doesn't matter.
I think you should punish Man United players by doing a random TikTok every time they lose.
Lingard is going to come back.
Lingard.
Lingard.
Yeah, he's the TikTok god for them, I guess.
Oh, I mean, Pogba was also.
Sure, granted, a lot of them are.
Exactly. Like, I
I
mean,
really
it's-
think about
But
it.
whether they sign Ole Watkins or not, I think the way they're moving in business during
Yeah.
the transfer window, they're not really being intentional.
Mm.
He'll end up going to a club like your Brighton or maybe go Serie A or Bundesliga or wherever he wants to go. Because
Yeah.
if you're intentional as a club and you want to make changes, like the league starts in just over a month, or under a month. Could be, it starts and people are being intentional. You got Liverpool just won the league who don't really seem like they need any players. And then here they are making some really, really, really big signings. That's why I don't mind with Nunez going because guess what? With Nunez's money, we got Frimpong.
It didn't matter if Nunez was there or not, to be
It
honest
didn't
with
really
you.
matter.
It really didn't matter. But you know what I realized though, like over the period of the transfers is that Serie A is making a lot of like transfers from the Premier League, especially with these old heads. Like, for example, Kyle Walker, Modric now with AC Milan as well. And I'm thinking to myself, like, why is not everyone, but why is everybody looking at the side of Italian football saying, you know what, if it doesn't work out here, we might just end up going that side.
Because they play rough that side. If you're old, tough bones.
Mm.
No, not Kanja.
Mm.
Who was better, Kaka or Zidane? Just think of,
Zidane.
Why are you looking at all these things?
no, but they both have World Cups, don't they?
Man, we
Zidane.
can't-
Isn't it funny that Kaka is not regarded as one of the best players in the world, as in like GOAT status, like compared to
Yeah.
Ronaldo and Messi, and he's won everything.
Compared to Ronaldo and Messi, Udlala Masim.
Yes.
What? Huh?
You know what? I'm so slow. Oh my
Thank
God.
you.
No,
Thank
well
you.
done,
I'm here all night.
Sip some chillers punch, man. Sip some chillers punch. Sip some chillers punch. Just yeah, you want to add? I want to talk about Ronaldo because we're talking about transfers.
Ow.
Ronaldo,
Money
my friend.
bags.
Ronaldo's new contract, reported deal with Saudi club, 200 million per year plus profit share.
Plus 16 people.
Yes,
Plus 16 people.
yes,
It's part of his contract.
exactly.
So wild.
Make it make sense. At 40 years old, you can have a deal like this when Pogba is going for free.
But Pogba's not
Well,
Ronaldo.
yeah, but it's the level.
True.
It's the level. Because Ronaldo plays better than most of these people in their prime.
And he's more marketable. This is money. Guys.
So is Ronaldo being a brand over boots type of guy?
No, but okay, let's be honest. He's 40 or getting close to 40. Where would he go from here? Like, where would he go where you'd say, "Hey, my guy, you still need to be competitive"? Is he going to go back to Europe? Who's going to take him?
For my people here in SA, when I find out, hey Siri, I'll see activate. I was see how much is 200 million
In
a year
rands.
in rands.
200 million in rands.
Yes. Is it pounds or euros?
Euros.
It's about
200 million euros
3.2.
in rands. It's a very long number, this one, my brother.
Pull a Jacob Zuma on us.
My
Read it
God.
on camera.
Yeesh. All right. It says here 4 billion. 4 billion.
Listen carefully.
Listen carefully. 4 billion 143,482 000.
Okay.
Basically 4 billion rand.
Per year, plus 16 people, plus profit share. Whatever the club makes as profit, he gets a share of that profit.
Plus bonuses for every goal he scores. Plus if he wins the league with them.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
That's a lot.
It's fun how he doubled down on his statement saying, Guti, Saudi League is in the top 5 best leagues in the world.
Al Hilal just did what to Man City?
Does what?
Al Hilal just did what to Man City?
Yeah.
What do we, when we say best leagues, right? What are we looking at? We're looking at competitive nature. Which league is willing to pay more? What defines the best leagues?
Number one, let's agree, number one, Premier League. Correct?
Why?
It's the best league in the world.
I think we're looking at
It doesn't
competitiveness and viewership.
Who's left from in the Club World Cup from EPL?
How,
From
is
the
this how
EPL,
we're rating which league is the
Chelsea.
best?
No. I'm saying
Chelsea's
they're playing
left.
What do you
against
mean
each other.
now? What do you mean, George?
Guys, the Club World Cup is the place where you can go.
Nobody
on world
rates the Club
champion.
World Cup, bro, except for you.
I rate it because it's the first time where we actually get to watch these teams playing competitive football.
And Sundowns was
With
there.
who? With who?
These leagues are so good. Guys, people are getting beaten by Al Hilal.
Yeah, the Club
People
World
are
Cup
getting
is
beaten by
whack.
Palmeiras.
Even Messi is losing matches.
Messi got knocked out.
But Messi plays with
knocked out.
Miami.
Shouldn't we use that as a bar?
I don't think so. We still have the Champions League as the bar. In terms
No,
of like,
the Champions League, Sundowns can't play Champions League.
You said, yeah.
They can't play Champions
Yeah.
League.
I mean, if
And
they
guys,
want,
we're finally watching them. Guys, you remember the theory was that these international clubs, whether
better
they
than
play their
everyone.
B teams,
Yeah,
they can play the development teams. Now people are going, they're treating it like it's a preseason tournament. I saw Haaland losing to Al Hilal. Haaland, not a B team player.
It does say.
So can't we weigh these things now?
Can we not also argue that the different nations playing within this also have different styles of football? So now are we comparing styles of football, or is it the leagues that they play in themselves? Because now that's my big question. Because we've seen teams play against each
Mano
other,
y mano.
and it's like,
yeah.
so you think it's
Mano
on
y
the
mano.
same level?
Mano y mano.
So it's who's just better?
But they're showing it now. There's only 4 out of 12 European teams. There's only 4 left.
Is it four? Not
There's
two.
only 4
Four.
left.
PSG,
It's PSG.
Bayern Munich.
Bayern Munich,
Is Dortmund still in?
Dortmund is still
Let me
in.
fact check for you guys as well.
Yeah.
Mm.
I get what you're saying, right? And I think also it's to their demise because we glorify these European teams
Yeah.
over the teams in the other leagues like Al Hilal or Mamelodi Sundowns or Fluminense. Is it Fluminense?
Fluminense. Yeah.
Fluminense. I think it's showing Guti sometimes media plays a huge role on what is seemingly the best team in the
No,
world.
they're good. They're good European teams.
Yeah.
They're really good. PSG is in
So
incredible form right now.
It's PSG, Bayern, Real Madrid, Dortmund, and Chelsea.
How did you forget Real Madrid, guys? You're tough.
Yeah.
Joe.
And then we have
Trent.
Fluminense, Al Hilal, and Palmeiras. Those are the teams that are currently left in the quarterfinal.
But it still doesn't mean that the Club World Cup is trash.
It's not trash.
It is.
It's not trash.
What do you mean it's
Joe,
not?
we got 18 players.
Yeah.
18. It's
Yeah.
not teams not taking it seriously. These are 18 players playing against everybody else. And now we're seeing for real.
Yeah.
That, hey,
Or
maybe there are
maybe-
teams that are good. But what I was saying was there's really good European teams.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I get we like to say Europe kaofela
Europe Kaufele.
is amazing.
Yeah.
Now we're seeing that, guys, maybe some of these teams on any given day, Atletico Madrid can be knocked out
True.
of this thing and Palmeiras can top the group.
Now, can I challenge your thinking?
Okay.
Boys, need to, right? So the thinking is Europe is obviously very hyped by media and what they're
Yes.
capable of. But why is it when it comes to the FIFA World Cup, African teams don't seem to manage to clench that final game, final spots in the World Cup and literally winning the World Cup.
Joe, there's like 5 of them.
It doesn't matter, dog. If you're a good
5
team,
versus 13.
you can. You don't play. You don't play all 13, George.
5 versus no, but
you don't play with
statistically,
Wait.
even in the Club World Cup, there's 12 European teams. Statistically, it's
So
going to
you're
be a
telling me
European
there's no team in Africa that can beat Brazil, Spain, Germany, or what else is there? England.
No. What I'm saying is, what are the chances?
Yeah.
So let's say Ghana or let's say Senegal. Senegal is playing in the World Cup.
Yeah.
To get to the final, do you know how many mountains you're gonna have to climb to get to the final?
So
Let
we're
alone
not that
everything
good,
else.
essentially.
Not to say we're not that good, but it's just that, like to George's
We're not
point,
good enough.
we're not we're a smaller mountain than these other mountains. These other mountains are backed up with so many things that we as this tiny mountain cannot afford. Another thing is that when we comparing the Club World Cup to the FIFA World Cup is a very different ballgame. The Club World Cup, you're limited to who you have in your club. Mind you, that contributes to a lot of different players. If we're saying Real Madrid has many people in that squad that are part of an international team, collectively they come together and they make the Avengers, right? But if we're looking at the World Cup specifically, it's your country, what you have.
Yeah.
Now we look at Senegal, for example, right? You pick Mane, then you pick all these other Senegalese players you might not even ever seen on your screen, one that plays in the back room, all these things. You know what I'm saying? So in terms of density with teams, it makes it easier for you to say, okay, cool. This African team is going to be like, yeah, no, we can adopt Brazilian players. Let's say Sundowns, for example. We have your Brazilians, we can pick them, we can drop them in here. If Chelsea right now, signing people now, playing them now.
Yeah.
When you're playing an international stage, you're limited to who has that ID.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Which is why I feel like as an African team, it's tougher.
But also remember that a lot of these guys, like for example, right, Senegal. What's Senegal's style of play? And how many of those guys play in the Senegal style of play? Sadio Mane is in Europe the whole time. Do you know what advantage that has? When
Well,
I'm
not
playing for
anymore,
Real
but yeah,
Madrid,
yeah.
when I'm playing for Barcelona, I get to play Spanish football all day.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? And those players have to go out and go play African football. They have to go play this, they have to go play that. And now you're mixing Sadio Mane with a lot of guys who maybe play a completely different football.
Different weather conditions.
Different
as
weather
well.
conditions, different, but all of those
Different
things,
salary.
you know?
He can pay everyone's salary.
But-
there,
but
so-
Mane
you know-
flew there. These guys took the bus. Like, it's a lot that goes on.
But you get what I mean. So now you're mixing all of those things, whereas Europe has the advantage that Phil Foden doesn't have to go anywhere. He can stay in England his whole career. He doesn't have to move. And he's going to play the exact same guys and be with the exact same guys all the time.
Yeah.
So now when they go into national teams, it's stronger. You get what I mean?
Stronger.
It's
Yeah,
stronger.
it's stronger.
So look at Bafana, for example, right now. Bafana is a very strong team in Africa, let's say.
Yeah.
Simply because a lot of those players come from Sundowns.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
They've played together. They've got a unity that even when they go play other teams with bigger players, because of that familiarity that they have, they can beat a lot of guys. You know, so I like the Club World Cup because finally we get to answer the question that what happens if Sundowns plays Dortmund?
Yeah.
Because the prevailing idea is that, Sundowns needs to be in the 3rd division of German football in order for them to do well.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you find out that, Dortmund is, let's say, the 3rd best team in Germany. That means maybe Sundowns can be number 6 in Germany.
To be fair.
You get what I mean?
But we know that's not true.
What do you mean it's not true?
Okay, but we look really Dortmund.
Yeah?
Yeah?
Speaking of the Club World Cup,
Why can't you guys hear when we're talking about Sundowns?
Yeah, buddy.
I'm passionate about the hate.
Yeah, buddy.
speaking of which, the quarterfinals matches for said Club World Cup, we have Real Madrid and Dortmund, PSG versus Bayern, Palmeiras versus Chelsea, and Fluminense versus Al Hilal.
I say Al Hilal goes through. Real Madrid goes through.
Mhm.
Bayern Munich penalties. PSG might try young something. I'm going for
Giving
Bayern.
it to Bayern
I'm giving it to Bayern.
versus the...
The Champions League winners. I know.
Very
But-
interesting.
But Harry is not Maguiring. He's caning this time around
You know Dembele is coming back. He hasn't played.
to win the Ballon d'Or.
He hasn't played. He's coming... Well, if he wins the Club World Cup, I mean...
He's still celebrating somewhere.
Yeah, he was on the bench.
So you're
He's
saying it's
coming
an
back.
easy win. So you're saying PSG is going to walk over Bayern Munich.
I'm not saying it's a walkover,
What
but
is it
I don't
gonna be?
expect Bayern to win.
Guys, if you guys at home
Have you
there,
seen, Bayern
you
has been, I
betted
think,
on
one
my
of the most consistent
predictions, you'd
in
be rich.
the Club World Cup.
Guys,
though.
PSG knocked that boy Atletico.
Yes.
4-0.
Yeah.
I mean, they're the form team.
It's starting to get exciting now, but obviously the group stages.
It's been exciting,
man.
Prince.
I think in the beginning it was a bit, because in the beginning we could see the imbalances, right? You could see that, no, man, even Betway knew it said 50 odds to 1 odd in the beginning.
Yeah.
That's because we still had all these teams from these different places. You could just see that, no, there's a difference here between Bayern Munich and Los Panado there from Brazil.
Los Panado.
I mean? Yeah.
Wow.
So now that
I heard that
we've
team's
got
a
to the
headache.
quarterfinals, right? Now we've got to the quarterfinals, we can see that, okay, cool. These teams deserve to be here. Al Hilal, obviously, they. Chelsea, I did not expect. I'm not even going to lie to you. Bayern, PSG, Real Madrid, we saw Dortmund. I was stood to be corrected. These are heavy hitters now where we're like, okay,
Palmeiras, top of their group.
cool.
Speak about the Brazilians. Palmeiras.
Palmeiras are like fourth
In what?
in the Brazilian league.
Yeah, but they were first in their group.
Yeah,
Club World Cup.
They're really,
Shout
really
out.
good.
And they made it to the quarters.
So now it's interesting. But what I'm gonna hate is if this is just gonna look like another Champions League final with PSG and maybe freaking Real Madrid in the final. That's what's gonna be that's when people are gonna be like, you see, this is
You
what
guys
we're
keep
talking
shifting
about.
the goalposts.
But then also, like,
I'm just
You
saying,
keep
this is what
shifting the
No, but that's what
goalposts.
people are gonna say.
For me, it's not like it's boring per se, but it's like there's a lot going on because we've got a whole full season coming up next, right? So we look at this like it's a
Oh,
pre-season.
sure, Klopp.
Exactly.
Klopp.
Exactly. So
Ghana Klopp used to coach
the
which team?
complaint doesn't matter. The
And is
complaint
that
here.
team at the Club World Cup?
I'll be
sorry,
the next one.
sorry,
Don't worry.
yes.
I'll be the next one. I don't know about both of you.
It's a coefficient, Chief. We could be.
So the matches are very congested together, and this is too much for players, especially pre-season. Players should be resting right now, and coaches in that domestic leagues, they should be saying, okay, right now I want to see what works for me. But now I want to play World Cup.
Iran is not resting.
Ramos.
But wouldn't that be an advantage?
They're gonna be tired.
Are they?
Yeah. So let's say you're a
How
team.
many games?
So let's say you're a team, right? Let's say you're in the top 4, in the top 6 in your domestic league. You just finished this thing. You're gonna have like 3 weeks, 2 weeks off.
Okay.
Then you have to go play Premier League matches only.
Yeah.
If you're in Europe, it's Chai. There's Carabao. There's a lot of things you have to play. This talks about the player's fitness. That's why people like Bukayo Saka, they get injured very fast. Because before they were in Champions League last season, Bukayo Saka played most of the season.
But Saka's not in the Club World Cup.
No, but not Club World Cup.
He's using him as an example. We know Arsenal's not
So players who are really good,
Oh, wow,
you get
Chelsea.
to see.
I'm there.
Oh, wow,
You
Chelsea.
get to see.
Alright.
Ukuthi bazodlala kanjani, dog.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, if you're only just playing the 38 games in the Premier League and you're not playing Europe, you're not playing any qualifying,
Okay.
you're not playing cup competition, when you get there, the matches are long. And that time is still international breaks, qualifiers, and the World Cup is just around the corner. Guning, dog.
But I see that. But I say, while other teams are doing preseason right now, you're playing a very competitive preseason. About Joe Bellingham are getting to jump into Dortmund now, which means that when the season starts, they'll already be going.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? We're seeing Xabi Alonso trying his three at the back and all of those things right now
Yeah, with Trent
Trent, with everybody. So by the time that season starts, I mean, they should be on fire.
Madrid bafethu. Yo. Hayi ngeke,
Do you know what's funny?
Aye.
Real Madrid without that man. Can we say that Real Madrid is better without Kylian Mbappe?
That's
He came in,
disgusting
but-
statement. Yo,
No, because
But Valverde and
CSA's
Bellingham,
game,
bro.
Garcia and Vinny they're cooking.
they really are.
Yeah.
And I saw it. I'm fine. Yesterday with Juve,
Valverde.
I was like, yeah,
Even
no.
Trent, bro. That bro had more shots at goal than our striker.
Which striker?
Can't why? Why can't? Why so, George?
No, but like again, let's go back to the conversation. Chemistry over stars.
No, but okay, but
Chemistry.
Over stars, ne?
I hear what you're saying.
Can this Real Madrid squad beat Prime Barca? Like not
Prime-
Prime Barca,
Prime.
Prime.
No, not like Prime.
Like, are we talking
not that
PQ
Prime, like-
Piol?
No, because last season, Real Madrid got their asses whooped by Barcelona. I'm not going to lie about that. Are we saying now with these new signings, especially the two Trent and that other bro, and how they play now, do you think they will take on Barcelona? Because that's the biggest competitor in La Liga.
If they don't play Mbappe.
I don't Mbappe fan.
Yes,
Mbappe fan. I go Hellenic, yes. Angiboni.
Joe, you keep showing your age. When was Hellenic, Chief?
Doesn't matter, my brother.
But don't you think?
Bro, we have 2Ks watching. They don't know what Hellenic is.
I'm just saying.
Next time, you're that
Yeah.
old.
I don't know. I don't know if it's what is it not good that at least you know that you have Mbappe there? Not to say that they're better without
He
him,
was,
but
he was also top
if
goal scorer.
he's just there,
No, I told
top
you
goal
guys.
scorer.
The problem is that when Mbappe comes onto the pitch, there's no hierarchy for Real Madrid.
Yeah.
When Garcia knows his place, he knows that Vini's the star.
Yeah.
I don't do too much. But when those two are together, I shame.
I would sell Vini, Mina.
You're still selling Vini
I would sell Vini and put Mbappe there, to be fair.
so that he can destabilize the team
He
again.
won't. His job is to score goals.
and he's done it.
Vini is always pulling a Balotelli on us. Why me always? My brother
why
score
me?
goals.
Why me always with
Score goals, my
Why me
brother.
always with the Champions League?
Yeah,
Why
fair.
me always? That's what a trophy like
He's
this.
gonna win it, Mbappe, next season. Do you guys not agree?
You see the silence in the room.
Who's gonna win the Champions League next season?
Now we don't know anymore.
We don't know.
Nah.
We don't.
Okay. All right, buddy. I hear you, but no,
you should be a
let's-
comedian, bro.
Let's slow down. To say Chelsea, no, not Chelsea,
We
but even
Chelsea.
me, I know. No, we're not there. I know now we don't know, my brother.
Now we don't know.
Now we don't know. Hey,
What I was gonna talk about? George.
Yeah.
I can talk about the PSL.
Yes, sir.
I say Super Sport, guys. I
Yeah,
say
Super
Super
Sport.
Sport.
Talk. I'm sad, right? Because
But-
it's like not bad, but I'm sad because the legacy of the club. I mean, Kevin Hunt is sitting there somewhere thinking to himself, like, damn, all that work.
Oh, that worked.
All that work I did with this team.
Oh, for nothing.
For nothing.
Well, what's interesting is that we're losing another big team. Bidvest was also lost this way.
Yeah.
Because again, sometimes budgets don't budget. MultiChoice was going through something. So financially, they can't keep throwing money at this team.
This team that doesn't.
So they left. Well, allegedly, they left. And now Supersport couldn't sustain itself.
Yeah.
They had to be bought.
Yeah.
But the good news is that apparently a version of Bloemfontein Celtic is making it back into the league.
I'm happy with this.
When you say a version, what do you mean?
It's not Bloemfontein Celtic. They allegedly, according to reports, they
Hey,
don't.
you said that like
Hey,
5
Chief.
times.
Yeah, no,
According
yes.
to reports, the guy who owns the rights to the name is not selling that. So it becomes a Moroka Swallows FC situation.
Yeah, so now we have Celtic United, which I think I like. Whether you said
This Siwelele FC that's been apparently Siwelele FC. I would have said Mangawing Celtic and just kept it simple. Celtic United, I could say, but that's what the plan is. Currently, we don't know who bought it,
Is it?
but
Is it
the
not-
rumors are that our minister, it's a consortium that our
Aksu Kabazel.
minister. Kimang Kabazel.
Kabaze, Kamavov. Yeah, Mazangit. Yeah, Mam kids, Aksu Mam kids,
Wow. I don't know if SARS will allow that. I can say it, but it's fine.
No, but
then Cape
yeah.
Town City got relegated, obviously.
Yeah.
They're also looking to buy a status. Hey, the status buying thing.
Samang.
They haven't said yet, but they're looking to make an offer to someone, which is really weird because throughout the season, you're telling us about how we need sponsors, we need all of that stuff. Then all of a sudden, 50 million pops up
Out of nowhere.
when your team gets relegated, when you could have spent that money to stop your team getting relegated.
On the other side, I'm actually very, very excited that
Yeah.
Celtics will be back because I think as South Africans, we enjoy the core
Mm.
of the fans from Bloemfontein. Like,
Yeah.
they just lighting up a stadium. They're always jolly, even if they get relegated. They're always jolly. It's always good vibes, you know. I'm happy that it's back as a different team that we know from the past. I'm sad for
Is
Supersports.
it? Is it?
Is it not? Do you think it's
No,
not a good
is
idea?
it? Because it's like they still need to win over the Bloemfontein Celtic fans because Marumo Gallants tried to do that same thing and say, we're moving to Bloemfontein. It's a new team. And the fans were like, guys, we don't know this one.
So what would it take for the fans in Bloemfontein who've loved Bloemfontein Celtics to accept this new Celtics, this reborn Celtics?
I could have the
2.0?
fans in Bloemfontein have been sold dreams over and over and over again. So those guys are really like, they
need to prove themselves.
yeah, they're skeptical.
Yeah.
In that you have to make the community part of your team. Like you have to make sure that all of the leaders, you know, they have to come back and you have to put them in a room and make them part of whatever's happening.
So
if
that
you
they
think
will
you're
be
just
like
going to move a
us,
team to Bloemfontein and the fans are just going to jump on board, that's not going to happen.
I have a suggestion. I think if they want this club to succeed, they must just hire a lot of Bloemhanses fans. Assist Bloem.
Imagine, it's not this, you know what it is?
What's that Tibla? Man. Tibla's misses. I'm just making it jokes. Just making it jokes. I was just trying to emphasize how Bloem has beautiful sightseeing.
Sightseeing is
They've got
crazy.
red flowers.
Red flowers and all.
Red flowers and all. But I think it will be exciting for Bloemfontein fans to be back in it. Yes, like you said, they have to prove themselves to the
Yeah.
fans and see if the same culture. In a situation like this, is it like same training ground, just different name, and you just.
One of the status stuff is weird because it depends on the deal. Some teams just buy the status. So for those who don't know, what happens is that the PSL owns the spots. So they've got 32 spots, top division and bottom division, right? NFD.
Yeah.
So essentially, as a team, you don't own your spot, right?
Yeah.
So the status is the spot, not the team.
Ah.
But depending on how you negotiate, you can buy the whole thing. So MacG, we use the example of MacG. MacG inherited everything at Bloemfontein Celtic when she bought it. So it meant the players, the contracts, the
Facilities.
Well, they don't own the facilities, but everything. The coach, John Maduka, was the Bloemfontein Celtic coach. Then when she moved them to KZN, she had to deal with all of that and integrate a team and get rid of players and stuff. Whereas other teams, like for example, when TTM bought Bidvest Wits's status, they just bought the status. They didn't care what happened to Bidvest Wits, and they brought their own team fully.
So I care then. So I care in a sense, what's going to happen to the SuperSport United former players now since this one?
It's going to fall away. Wits players were out of contract. Gavin Hunt was out of a job. Hey, everything just disintegrated.
So Royal
from
AM all
playing
over
in the
again.
biggest league in Africa to unemployment, just like that.
Yeah.
I recession show kumuntu bengicabanga ama content creator kuphela.
How?
Yakhala dog.
But it is a consistent. That's the thing with financial issues within the PSL sometimes. Well, not financial issues per se, but financial influenced issues where it's like, in other parts of the world, they make sure that the finances are all in place so that we don't have issues of having a team one season, the next team falls off due to financial what, alleged this, alleged that, people buying status. Now you buy the status, but the team is still the same. Or you bring the team over and you can't maintain the team and it falls off again.
Yeah.
And I don't know how far we are as a country to sort of make sure that the PSL keeps right, especially within these financial brackets that now affect more than just the teams, but the players in the teams. Because now you imagine you have 26 people like this.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking
Sometimes
I'm
even
talking about-
staff. Sometimes not just
everyone. I was about to
Sometimes
say that.
It's also even staff.
I think, look, status buying made sense at a time in South Africa because you need to be flexible, right? A lot of the guys don't have the financial muscle. You're not going to find the financial muscle. So you need to be able, if Bloemfontein Celtic is dying today, you can call MacG up 2 weeks before the league starts and she can save Celtic.
Yeah.
Because I know we speak
For a
about,
profit share.
she saved Celtic because Celtic was financially gone. And then she was the one who she saved the league, sorry. She saved the league. So now you understand that. But at some point, you have to look because we are one of the only leagues in the world that has this status rule thing.
Yeah.
Other leagues, you buy the team. You have to buy the team. You can't, like for example, in England, there's no such thing as a swap. You can't
swap.
Take your team and then buy
Give it a new
Chelsea
name.
status and
then
you
switch them to
switch.
Champions
It's
League.
not allowed at
Yeah.
all.
So can I ask you a random, stupid, dummy question?
Okay.
So let's say, who's in the top 4 PSL? So who finished top 4? The PSL.
It was
Sundowns.
Sundowns, Pirates, Stellenbosch, and I think Skook.
So could a team buy a status, like buy their way into the Champions League?
Technically, yes.
Yeah.
Technically, it's
So
crazy.
saying that is in, let's say, for example, Chiefs decides they want to buy Skukune status and then just be like, swap.
There's Cocoon is in the Champions League.
Let's go. No. Then Chiefs is in the Champions League.
Intra-league, I don't think... Well, it all depends. Everything is fluid in the PSL, but
Do you buy the
intra-league,
points
no.
also? Or you just buy... Status means you're buying everything.
You're buying the place.
You're buying the place. So
If you're
Damn.
third, you are third
you are
place.
buying the third place,
So
yeah.
I'm replacing the third place team. But it's not new. Kaizer Chiefs bought, I think it's Nigel United status for Kaizer Chiefs to be Kaizer Chiefs.
Yeah.
Back then it was just a license. So it was literally just a license to be in the league.
Mm.
So a lot of our teams come about because of that.
Okay, is there lack of investors then to say that we don't have enough investors that will be like, okay, cool. We see but in SuperSport it's dying. Let me come through. Clicking, you're still in. Is that the issue?
Are you willing to take on
The responsibilities, the money.
the
Yeah.
players, or would you
Wages.
rather have your own team and say, okay, I want to put my team there?
Yeah.
Do you take on, for example, debt as
Yes.
well? Oh my God. Okay.
Well, depending on what you negotiate again.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's either you're buying the place or you're buying the whole team. If you buy the whole team, you inherit everything.
Yeah.
That's why Royal AM was such a tough buy because middle of the season, who's going to spend that money?
Yeah.
Dog, speaking of buying, Dana.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, Dr. Ivan. Also, Ivan. Ivan is shopping at crashes. Also, Ivan is buying kids everywhere.
Kids.
I mean, you know what I mean.
Yo.
But not like that. I guess in like youth.
Tuana, please say allegedly.
Alleged how the players is buying is the young. How can't
Not really.
they're not young? The average is 24, my brother.
It's
24 is not young, Chief.
In
Young-
South Africa.
Yeah.
South
Yeah.
Africa.
24 is
Bro,
not
you find a
young, Chief.
20-year-old registered as a 21-year-old. Let's just talk about that also.
Just because people reach their peaks at 28 doesn't mean.
Yeah,
rephrase.
rephrase.
But what I mean is,
Yeah.
speaking of buying, Dr. Irvin Khoza has been buying players, a lot of youth, young players, young players, for undisclosed amounts. What's happening there?
I like
George?
the undisclosed
Yo.
amounts.
Yeah. What's
No, I
happening
want the
there?
Pirates. I want to how about a real cheese move in silence like lasagna. That's Dr. Ivan Khoza.
Easy F, baby.
Whatever he's doing, you never know. You don't know about the rumors. You don't know about the negotiations. You don't know about anything. You just see the announcement. I mean, Apolis just landed today.
7 new players.
And the
were
last time somebody tried to sign Apolis, apparently phones were not answered in Polokwane.
Yeah.
And they weren't saying anything and they didn't want to do. Now all of a sudden, Dr. Ivan Khoza quietly
Just says.
guys, he made 7 signings.
7.
7 signings. PD, can you tell me how much any of those guys cost?
I think 2 of them Kitata. I think the last one, nearly like Air Forces, I think. Somewhere along those lines.
No, but that's the power of Pirates.
Yeah.
Guys, the Chiefs wanted Apolis. And he stayed unhappy and things weren't answered and monies were spoken. Apparently it was 17 million allegedly. And then Pirates.
Just said. Just in the corner.
Maritime and cool, because like I feel like every time I say this, you think I'm just saying a statement.
Yes.
Like Orlando Pirates is really a big team. If you have to choose between Chiefs and
You
Pirates,
have a big person.
if you have to choose
You
between
have
Chiefs
a
and
big
Pirates,
person.
But you're not a big team.
Who's the chairman of the league?
that's not the point.
I didn't say anything.
That's
no,
not.
let's
That's not
move
the
on.
point.
Yeah.
If you have to go to any sort of giant, you choose wisely. You choose the Buccaneers.
Why?
Our police, they knew. Gumnyama.
Apolis wanted Chiefs allegedly.
Eh?
Apolis wanted Chiefs.
Mara, he's a
allegedly.
Pirates player now.
He's settling for you.
Settling.
Yeah.
So when I end of
Granted,
season,
there's so many places to go as
He's
well.
settling for you.
you reckon?
He's going to go compete with, he's a left winger. He's playing with Rile.
Guys, me, I didn't say he said.
Wait,
Pirates fans, you know what to do in
He's
the comments.
playing
Me,
with Rile. Okay, would you choose to go to a team that has Coco Melon himself, President Emma 2000, in your position? Or do you go to a team where
I can be the star here.
You can
can
just
be
go
the
to
star, you can be the
Skukune,
hero?
I
go
get the
to-
way you're thinking. I see the way you're thinking, but at the end of the day, he chose the better club.
That's fine. You can
Granted,
say
he only
that.
has 2 options when he really looks at it.
Yeah.
Because it's either really Chiefs or Pirates, because you're not going to go to Sundowns, because
Yeah.
Sundowns,
If
there's no...
doesn't want you, Shem.
Yeah.
But tell me
and
about the
there's no
kid,
space.
man. Tell me about the kid. What do you know of him? What is he capable of? What could he bring
Yeah.
to a club like Orlando Pirates, especially now because the reinforcements, like 7 new players. Like, what are you trying to do? Chase after Sundowns title?
I think, whatever we said about, or whatever I said about Pirates not being ambitious, I think they're showing us that they are.
Yeah.
Some of the players that they've brought in are incredible. Nduli is an incredible midfielder, especially when you look at him versus Umbata in that midfield. I think he's an upgrade. Or actually, him, Makaula could be where they duel together.
Yeah.
Bringing in Apolis. Apolis is a Bafana International. He's part of the reason why Polokwane City is a top 6 team.
Yeah.
Right? Like almost single-handedly. So bringing him to Pirates is incredible. I think it's one of the moves of the window, right? On top of all of the other guys. I mean, Umbule is coming in. So I'm just thinking off the top of my head, your options are incredible. Mabasa,
Butuma.
Mahopa up top, Mbutuma.
Butuma now.
That's
yeah.
3.
Yeah.
You've got Rile Apolis on the side. You've got Nkota maybe selling still. You've got Mbule.
It's a rebuild. I think I'm smelling a rebuild, or rather strengthening what already is a
Or-
good team.
Or Rile's leaving.
Maybe, ne?
How?
Or Rile's leaving. and
Coco
this
Melon,
is-
don't do that.
And this is...
guys, you want to hold him back?
No.
What do you
What
mean
did I
hold
say
him
about
back?
Pirates holding players back?
Yes, until they
What did I say
disintegrate
about Pirates and
into
Superstars?
dust.
He's the star.
What
Yeah,
did I
but
say about Pirates?
What reason does he have to
I'm
leave?
out loud.
Guys, he's 20, turning 21. He's one of our...
He's one of our
He's one of our brightest stars. Do you keep him here? Where's he gonna go at 23, 24?
So you're gonna take him to Brighton.
Where's he gonna go when he's 23, 24?
You guys took Pesik out that side. Go Brighton.
And he played
Money
he
felt like
played
a-
Champions League football in Belgium. And
Yeah,
he
I
only
wanted
did
to-
6 months
Yeah.
in Brighton.
But also depends on whether Rile has that, okay, cool, I want to go abroad, or he's okay with being a local star and having his own song.
What
like
did I
Lord.
say about Pirates?
'Cause
I'm
those are
sorry.
two things.
People are having me. What did I say about
I
Pirates
said
and
Pirates does
Superstars?
not create stars. And I said
No,
they
I
do.
said Pirates creates local superstars.
Yeah. Hence I
So
was
if
saying, I don't
Relay
know.
stays, he'd be a local
Maradona-
superstar.
Ah,
Can't he
Maradona.
go and
OJ Mfana was not a local superstar only.
yeah, but OJ, I get it, he went that side because of the Tottenham deal.
Hmm.
They played Tottenham in the Vodacom Challenge
Yes.
and he got an offer.
Yes.
So it wasn't because Pirates was
Because he played brilliantly.
Yeah,
and he
but,
was a
It
but,
star.
wasn't
but
because
assuming
Pirates
Relay-
was
but
opening-
Assuming Relay is going to leave without any, like, there's no connection there to say, yeah, now, unless he has deals under the table that we don't know about.
guys, if he doesn't leave now, when is he gonna leave?
But
when-
where can he go?
When he's won the league.
Yeah, he can
when
go
he's won the
anywhere,
league
he's
in his
21.
country. Because
Yeah,
here's the
but
thing,
where's
bro.
you can go anywhere you want to, but if there are no doors opening for you to go
Who says
now,
there aren't doors open?
that's what-
But he
I'm
can't
saying. You
leave
don't- you
without
can't assume
winning the
that.
PSL, dog. He needs to win it before he can move. I say that he can move.
Says you, a Pirates fan.
If you how?
La mozzarella ngwana batho. Lodge could have been with Wheathead a long time ago. He could have been playing Club World Cup. He could have been playing Champions League.
Yeah.
Adula ko Pirates because he's a local star.
Let's talk about your team. Tell the team, yeah.
Wabona ge.
Chiefs has made new additions. Let's not deny the fact that Chiefs is also trying to switch it up. You've got Silva,
Flavio, yeah.
from Indonesia.
Oh, gosh.
18 goals in his season in
Why'd you say
28
like
games. And I think you need some striking force up front. You need
What's wrong with Indonesia?
what's wrong with somebody who's got 18 goals?
How many teams do you know from Indonesia?
I know the Indonesian national team.
I know the hands from there.
Do you know?
I do
Do
actually.
you know the
I actually do know the Indonesian national team.
Do you?
I've seen them play once.
You've got also what's his name? Chislet, right?
Yeah, just like
Chislet 6 assists in 21 apps. Creative, but
where?
uninterested. I'm not interested in South African football. I don't know why, but I think it's the team. That's not the problem here. You've got Ushinga.
He played Portugal.
Very raw talent. What do you think about those three options? Like, which one would suit more Kaizer Chiefs style?
Okay. I don't know these players, so I'm not gonna come out and say that they're bad. I don't want to start there.
Yeah.
Mara, when you look at it objectively, you have a guy that was playing in Indonesia. I don't know the level of that league. I don't think it's very high. You look at Chislet, who literally was playing in the second division in England, Port Vale. Then you have Ushinga, who I think the team he was playing for just got promoted in Portugal.
Mm.
The level of player I am unsure of for Kaizer Chiefs. But my biggest problem with Kaizer Chiefs is that I don't think the players are the issue.
Okay.
I think you need leadership in that team. We still don't have a leader. I don't know about these guys. I don't know if they're going to be good or not, but
Yeah.
I don't think that they're going to come in and be leaders. Right?
I'm so excited, George. This is new
How am I
signings.
He can't be
Excited.
excited for
But
something
here's
he
the
doesn't
thing,
know.
though. Like, he's
Joe.
coming from a season where he didn't do his best, like what we know Kaizer Chiefs would do.
Mm.
Like, I know we talk a lot of trash about Kaizer Chiefs, but we all know what the club is
Yeah.
capable of and where, in terms of standards, it should be. But when you're hearing a coach making new signings, a club bringing in solutions for the problems that you seemingly have,
What
shouldn't that be exciting?
what problems are we solving?
Because
Be top 4, number 1.
No. What problems are we solving within the team with these signings?
they
Because
don't
you
know.
forget that
You don't
last
score
season,
goals. You don't score goals.
Last season I signed 8 players.
Yeah.
I brought in 8.
Yes.
Season before I think I did 6.
So
I can't get
so you're
excited
thinking
about
Upobi.
transfers now.
What's the problem?
Upobi, ati, the transfers have changed.
Mm.
Ati, they no longer scout with eyes.
They scout.
Upobi back in the day says that he used to get onto a plane, lead doctor, and they'd go, what did he say? Into the bush, and they'd go and watch players and pick players from there.
Mm.
And those players, we make jokes about the buy one, get one free and all of that
Yeah.
stuff. Those buy one, get one frees are ngomasha.
Yeah.
Right? Ever since we've been using statistics and stats and having a bunch of
Technicalities
people, Akira said that no, they consult a bunch of people and all of ever since we haven't done anything.
Yeah. I also just think that there is more systematic ways to change up a team than just buying players and hoping that one player is going to do the right thing.
Chelsea.
You know what I'm saying? Okay.
Wow.
So now, and I think with that's to George's point where it's like the past 3 seasons, you've bought 4, you've bought 8, you've bought 7.
Yeah.
But on your table, you're still going down. And I think this is why he can't be necessarily excited because one, you're buying with blind eyes. As the players, as the fans, you don't know what you're buying into. You know what I'm saying?
So you're not trusting the scouts.
You can't trust the scouts.
How
They played
can
in
what
sec-
have they given?
They
you?
played in second divisions, number one.
It's Indonesia. They
What
went
if-
to Indonesia, dog. Like,
What
Oh,
you,
they took a trip.
Name one thing apart from
They
football
took
you
a
know
trip.
about Indonesia.
I must be happy because they took a trip.
yes.
This
money
doesn't
well
matter,
spent.
bro. Yeah,
take a
it's not
trip.
well
Yes.
spent.
How do we know that it's well spent yet?
We don't know it's well spent.
I think Kaizer Chiefs will be back. I think Kaizer Chiefs will win a derby next season. I think Kaizer Chiefs.
Oh wow,
I think
Hey,
that
derby.
trophy is going to be incredible.
I
on
think
my
trophy's
Kaizer
gonna
bench.
be
Chiefs will
great.
beat Mamelodi Sundowns next season.
We already beat
I
them.
think Kaizer Chiefs will be in another final next season.
Is that good enough?
I think, yeah, you Fanagawaki.
Whoa,
you must build.
Is that good
Start
enough?
It's
slow,
not
my
good
brother.
enough.
Start
Get,
slow.
get onto the top
Can't
of the
just
table.
for play, my
That's
brother.
good
Can't just arrive.
Joe,
No, you can.
The league is starting 1st of August.
Mm.
MTN 8. We're not there. We're extending our preseason. Our preseason is going to continue because we're not in those games.
Yeah.
So I'm like, is that good enough that we are just going to?
Kaizer Chiefs fans, I know I say a lot of trash about you guys, but me, I believe in what you guys are capable of doing. And you really hate George.
He's
Because
not
George
mentioning the club.
normally has a lot of positive. He's a very optimistic.
No, but I'm
Oh.
a Chiefs fan.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's a very optimistic person, but when it comes to his team, he fails to see the lights at the end of the tunnel.
You know, he's being realistic.
Chief, you got 5
As a
trophies. You got 5 trophies in 3 years.
Yes.
You can be as optimistic as you like.
And I'm still
You've got a Champions League final. You've won the league 8 times in a row.
bro.
Club World Cup.
You
cricket.
can be optimistic.
You can buy players.
Guys, I can't be optimistic.
There's
Yeah.
nothing
And
to
I'm
show for
I'm a
it.
Chiefs fan. Like
Yeah.
I'm a Chiefs. I'm a Chiefs
It's all
fan.
Kogenich is because
I'm a Chiefs fan.
It's stabbing you the shonies. Eh?
No, it's cold in here.
It's cold, but okay.
That's
It's
cold in
fine.
here.
It's fine if I
It's
must
fine.
prove it.
Yeah, prove it.
So I think I can't be excited for Kaizer Chiefs just yet.
Yes.
They have to prove to us. Ori Pirates is nice because the structure of Pirates, I can tell what they're doing. Nduli comes in for Makaula. You know, if Rile does leave, Apoli steps
Which he
in.
won't.
Apoli steps
No,
in.
I think when you give Pirates compliments, you always try and give us a jab, younger. You wish Rile could leave Pirates.
I mustn't be happy for Rile
No,
leaving.
you want because you know
I must say
once
you
he
wouldn't.
leaves,
You wouldn't be
he-
happy
that
for.
weakens
You
Orlando
wouldn't be
Pirates.
happy
That
to see
weakens
Rile.
Pirates.
He
No, no,
wouldn't
no,
be
no,
You
no,
wouldn't be happy.
I
that-
don't want
You
him
wouldn't be happy for
I
Rile
believe
to
that
go
he will
earn
win.
Euros.
I believe that he will win the PSL. If he just stays 2 more seasons, he will win. By
2
then,
more.
by then he will be like 23 and 22 and a half.
Yes.
Mina, when Kaizer Chiefs, you want him gone because potential.
Actually,
But
funny,
you want
no.
him to weaken
You see,
Pirates.
Pirates fans. What did I say about Pirates? And then people are saying that, nah, yeah, what?
is here.
He is the one that's now saying that he must hold back Rile.
Hold
from
back
going
how?
out.
Hold back how?
Hold him back from developing his potential
Because,
outside
2
of Pirates.
seasons.
Because
Because the
Pirates
reason why he doesn't have cups
And
is
here,
because he's
of
playing
Pirates.
against
He's got
a
cups.
brilliant. No, you know what I mean.
He's got cups. He can go
I'm talking about the
now.
PSL. I'm talking about the Betway Premiership, that hubly of ours. I'm saying.
When last did you win that?
exactly.
My point is,
When
the reason why
So
he has
since
not won it
20
yet
Whoa,
is because
whoa.
he's playing against a dope-ass Mamelodi Sundowns,
Listen
bro.
to the logic. Listen
Why
to
do
the
you guys
logic.
always use Mamelodi Sundowns?
Because you guys are the bar.
Wait.
Am I
Listen.
lying, gents? Isn't Sundowns the bar?
Sundowns
Clip
is the
it.
bar, but there's
Clip it.
also a bar in the team that then limits
He's the
you.
only Coco Man on the bar, bro.
Yes.
Okay, fine.
They last won it in 2013. So for 12 years, there hasn't been anybody
So
who's
because
gone.
Sundowns has
No,
been
no, wait.
dominating.
No. There's been no
And he was
play-
in Premier at the
Wait.
time. Just leave the
There's
bottle
been no
alone.
player that deserved to go overseas because you are waiting for the league. 12 years, Yonke.
No, his was in primary.
Ulo
back then.
Shwabantu.
Don't bring
Ulo
Rile into this.
Shwabantu
Urile
made
bekase
his
primary.
debut.
Beka Palama City A.
Ahlale. You are holding them back. Let the boys go.
Let them
Let the boys go, man.
Because there's no growth there.
Let the boys go. But in any case, as I was
They'll
saying,
make a statue about you. Don't leave Pirates, son.
And they will, locally. And he'll end locally.
so he's what did
So
what did I
Guys,
say?
go to
What
the
did
river
I
and
say?
cleanse. Go to the river and cleanse. Because
What did I say? What? No. What did I say about Pirates? I said Pirates makes local stars that they don't let go.
Be ugly wind. That's what you guys have. That's what you guys have.
So
You're
as I
hating
was
on this
saying,
boy.
at least with Pirates, there's a you know why they're doing it, the structure. You understand the signings. With Chiefs, we've been hoping for a very long time. We've hoped with Potsane, we've hoped with Modi, we've hoped with Sereno, we've hoped with Ntwari, we've hoped with Dotley, we've hoped with Miguel, we've hoped with Baneng.
Yeah.
Like there's a long list of players that we've hoped with. So I can't hope with these guys. Ritlabona, they have to prove it to us.
I hear you.
Or to me. I don't know about Chiefs fans. Maybe they'll be happy.
Fair.
I just want to talk about women for once, just before we leave.
Oh,
Not like that.
not baddies, women.
Women.
Yeah,
Thank
women's
you.
football.
Oh, wenana.
Ow. So now, like, is Safa expecting Desiree to just coach on vibes?
Yeah.
Like, Baba Matlo Mpatala ka exposure.
Yes.
Ja, manch.
But it's nothing new with
Every year. It's
No, but it's
something,
nothing new with
bro.
Safa.
Every
We
year.
just heard about
Safa is
David
a baller.
Notwane. It was David Notwane who was earning 30,000
Yeah.
with no bonuses after winning AFCON with under 20s.
Yeah.
Banyana Banyana won WAFCON. No bonuses.
No bonus.
They won their games now. They weren't paid.
No, yeah, nothing.
So are we expecting anything different?
Because every year there's always a story about them not paying the people. And
So
it
for those-
happens. Like, it's just that thing where you look at it, you're like, again.
do you think they don't take it seriously? Because even if you don't believe in women's football or you don't like women's football, you cannot deny that Banyana Banyana has been our best national football team
100%.
for
A
they've
very
been
long
carrying
time,
the thing
yeah.
for
For
years.
a long time. Yeah.
You know,
I don't think it's you can't say you don't care, especially considering the fact that dog, you are a governing body that's meant to make sure that these people
Yeah.
get their money's worth, especially for the amount of work, like you were saying with Banyana Banyana, like they've put in. So are they not thinking that we're all watching saying, how can't they, where's their reimbursement?
But it
Where's
gets-
their reward?
it gets worse. Sasol has allegedly pulled out. Well, Sasol has allegedly pulled out from the sponsorship after 16 years.
Really?
Like, I'm a
So-
look vibes.
Sasol,
Gone.
I guess Sasol was the lead sponsor of Banyana Banyana. They've now not renewed the contract.
Is that why Safa's not trying to pay our coaches?
No, that was before that.
But why would you pull out of a team that, what?
Because you have to deal with Safa.
Hi, Safa, Nkosi yami.
They're suffering.
Oh, wow.
Safa, Nkosi yami. But I think it's really sad. I think the gap between the wages, and especially, I think Desiree deserves it, bro. Like, pay the girl her money.
4-time
Mina
CAF
say, mina
Women's Coach of the Year.
Kela say,
What
put a
time?
colored on them. I just say,
Like what?
Colored.
just be colored on them just for
Wow.
once in that meeting. Rock up there in a Puma shirt and an Uzi track pen, tuck it in, Kavela, Steko.
Guys,
Steko must color. But I'm saying that in a joking way to say, sometimes I think it is unfair.
Yeah.
And I feel like women's football is not spoken enough for. There's already a huge gap between what males earn compared to what females earn in football. So I think it's an injustice. Safa, ngeke sifuwe.
Chiefs has a women's team now.
Chiefs
Well,
don't know who's plaga
technically.
in.
Out of
Technically.
four, they wouldn't. I feel like if it wasn't required, they wouldn't do it. I'm just saying.
Well,
They wouldn't do it if it wasn't required.
well, just explain that. If you're gonna play CAF competitions, Chiefs qualified for the CAF Confed, right? The Confederations Cup. So we're gonna be playing continental football. But now Tate Motsepe, when he came in, he changed the rules.
conditions.
And he said, guys, you have to have an active women's team
Yeah.
if you're going to play. But the PSL teams are still not investing in women's football. They're just making deals. So for example, Pirates has a deal with UJ.
DJ.
And then Super Sport had a deal with TUT.
Damn.
Yeah.
And then Chiefs is getting into a similar type of deal with Springs Home Sweepers.
Yeah.
Last town at him. Coached by Skeshikesh Mkhonza. So they've gotten into a deal with that just so that they can appease the requirements.
That's
Problem
why I said-
is that there's no money that well, when you look at the partnerships, it doesn't actually
Doesn't make-
involve
you can-
much.
it's
It
forced.
doesn't change
It's forced.
things. The only team again that's serious is Sundowns, because Sundowns has a women's team
And the
that they're
funding.
paying very well. That they're actually, they're going to the women. They're 2-time Champions League winners for the women's.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that just tells you Uriba serious.
That's
The
serious.
rest,
They've already doing it by force. That's why I
PS
said.
Galaxy also has one. Actually, funny enough, Royal AM had one.
Let's not do anything by force.
Pana.
Final words, boys. We've run out of time.
I'm chilling.
You chilling? George, I know you have something to say.
Antoine said, we're winning everything next season.
Oh, Kaizer Chiefs.
We're winning everything
Remember that
next
Hansa
season.
advert?
Operation
Vuyo,
Fat
Mntanami,
Alles.
It's such a big dream.
Uh-uh.
That's exactly.
And what happened to Vuyo?
he dreamed big.
And he won. That was the ad. So there we go. Thank you for
That
giving
took
me
one
that.
part of the ad and was like,
He
yeah,
took
that's the
one part and he was
conclusion.
like, yeah.
Anyway, Bafetse, it is our time to love and leave you. Stay on side, stay spicy. From Banyana drama to Club World Cup drama. I'm here with Desley. I'm here with George overthinking football. I'm a boy Pity Jokes. This has been Onside the Penta League. Sui, God bless.
Did you say I'm my boy?
Nah, boys.
He's been fumbling.
I'm my boy,
I'm with my boys.
No,
Pity Jokes.
it's long story. Long story. Guys, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching. Please leave a like and a comment and let us know who you want to see in this invisible seat here. TikTok Tand.
Hey, we must get Irvin Khoza.
Whenever you're required, pull up. But once in a while, pull out. Danko means thank you.
Finally, we check out the newest, freshest footballing show. But it's not just about football, it's also about the banter. It's on a league of its own. Onside the Banter League. It's the Banter League.
Emhlabeni kaJehova subscribe nina futhi nibabi if ubhekele channel for 10 minutes longer na subscribe umubi dog that's why bakuchithela ngoba awuna commitment unama commitment issues subscribe lapho ngeke sizwe ngawo